When it comes to saddles with long girth points or billets, there's lots of different configurations out there. So we thought it might be interesting to delve a little bit deeper into what they're designed to do and how they work. In simple terms, girth points are there to help us secure our saddle onto our horse through the use of a girth. And the most traditional setup would be to have double long girth points attached centrally on the tree. That works really well, particularly for horses that have a lighter, more athletic frame, like thoroughbreds. In more recent times, we've been looking to find ways to take that central pull and spread it more evenly across the full length of the saddle tree. That has a profound impact on the saddle stability in riding. And anything we can do to reduce movement in the saddle and keep the horses more free through their backs makes a huge impact on their comfort. One way that we've achieved that is with point girth strap. And what we mean by that is it's a strap that travels from the tree point in the saddle, which is the arm of the tree, right at the front. It's really effective in anchoring the saddle and stopping any kind of movement. If you have a horse with a forward girth groove or big powerful shoulders or a little bit more rounder in shape, that point girth strap is going to really counter any tendency that your saddle might have to slip or roll or travel forward in riding. So that's enabled us to take the central pull of our girth straps and distribute it more evenly towards the front of the saddle. So wherever we use a point girth strap, we want to counter that by making a rear girth strap as far back on the saddle tree as possible so we get a really even pull from the front to the back. A standard Y-girth system has 2 points of attachment, one in the centre and one at the rear of the tree, which travels in a Y shape to the single girth point. And that helps just focus the pull of the rear girth strap in the central position between those 2 location points on the tree, which counters nicely the pull that we have at the front of the saddle. Some Y-girthing systems are called running or self-adjusting. That means that the girth point is able to slide along the Y-shaped cradle that's formed by the 2 attachment points on the tree. When you've girthed the saddle up, it's naturally going to want to locate itself in the lowest point along that cradle, which means that it's really critical you have your saddle balance correct before girthing up, because that will either help or hinder us in trying to distribute that pull from the most forward point in the saddle to the most rear. The last system we want to cover is our adjustable Y-girthing system. This is a real game changer in that it allows you to increase or release the tension on the rear girth point. And that means it's the first time we can truly achieve an equal pull all the way from the front of the tree to the back of the tree. And that has a huge impact on the stability of the saddle in riding. Anything we can do to reduce the movement of the saddle is going to help your horse with its comfort and freedom of movement. In some instances, we may even increase the tension on the rear strap where you've got a minor saddle movement issue to just quieten that a little bit. But what's critical whenever you're using an adjustable system is that you make your adjustments equally on both sides of the saddle. So you'll notice we have these stitch lines here that are a great visual guide to check that you've adjusted it equally to the same point on both sides of the saddle. Making adjustments to an adjustable Y is really easy. Once you've girthed the saddle up, you put your fingers under the webs on top of the underflap to feel for even pressure. If it's a monoflap saddle and you can't do that, then you can do the same under the girth points or billets below the saddle flap. If you need to make an adjustment, remove the girth from both sides, because we find with leather everything likes to sort of take a set, and that just makes sure it all relaxes. And then you can either increase the tension or thread it back through to release it a little bit. On both sides of the saddle, girth up and check for even tension again. You may find that once you've girthed up, this central web is a little bit loose. That's not a problem at all. What we're trying to achieve is equal pull on the rear strap and the front. And this is just an extra point of attachment to the tree, which is a nice peace of mind for rider safety. We're seeing more horses with powerful shoulders performing ever more advanced movements, and it has become really important now for girths not only to secure the saddle to our horses, but to stabilise the saddle so that it doesn't cause any discomfort to our horses. Ensuring they have freedom through their backs and are able to move comfortably is absolutely critical for competitive dressage riders, and to enjoy what we do, and to perform at our best.